Good morning, scrappers, scrapettes, planet lovers, recyclers, friends and family, and everybody else. So I'm just going to do a video today. It's going to be a short one. My tripod kicked the bucket, so I can't really do anything of any quality because I haven't got my hands free enough to record me working on stuff. But I thought maybe I could show you this. Now, I put a lot of these module boards up for sale. Got a lot of bullshit in the comments about charging too much for the boards. I do not charge too much for the boards. I charge exactly what I would make sending it to Board Sort. And I think the past few videos I've been showing you some of the value in some of these boards. However, you know, it is what it is. I don't really care. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. If you want to buy boards, give me a holler. I would say if you're in the Connecticut area, come and pick them up. I know it's expensive to ship them. I have no control over that, but I'm not going to lose money either by dropping the price down. I just can't. That's foolishness. Anyway, so, you know, I have them. They'll be in my eBay store. If you're interested in buying boards, you know where I am. And I'm always going to give you guys a little bit better deal because I don't have to pay eBay fees and shipping if you're local. Anywho, so I'm going to continue doing more with gold recovery and scrapping out a lot of the parts. That's worked out really well. Sold out of RAM yesterday. I sold out of PCI cards yesterday. I sold out of backplane boards yesterday. See, those I don't have to charge a lot to ship. They're not heavy. I'm not going to lose money shipping those, and I'm going to sell them for exactly what I would have sold to my refiner and buyer for. So, you know, I'm not gouging anybody, but I'm not going to lose money either. So, you know, it's just the way it is, you know. Anyway, so these are the modules that we've been working on. You've seen me take these apart. This one I think is a Dell. We've had Dell, we've had Cisco, you know, we've had a couple of them. But where I'm looking now is at gold recovery here, here, and here. These are considered backplane boards, and on a standard dual socket motherboard, this is what they'd be expecting to buy. This is what they'd expect. They'd expect the sockets, the RAM, and all of the chips and all of the components, which I have not taken and I will not take off. But I am going to take these. They don't weigh very much. I'm not going to hurt myself with the buyer. He's going to get lots of gold flashing underneath. Let me see if I can. I mean, I'm sure they'd like the gold, but you know, I gotta make a little for myself. Hold on a second, guys. In my opinion, they're still getting a good board for their investment. I mean, look at this board. This is a beautiful board. Now, I don't depopulate any of this. I don't take any of this gold off. I don't take any of the chips off. I don't take the tantalums off. I don't remove anything. This is going to go just like this. Very good dual socket server motherboard. Got a lot here. Got tantalums, got chips. And this is gold flashing. Now, this is what's underneath. So the buyer's going to get a lot of good gold recovery here for themselves as well. That is what's under this. So this board's actually ready for me to sell. Like I said, you know, those of you who watch me know I don't usually depopulate. If I was selling the board in its entirety as a gold refining or a gold, gold recovery, I'd sell it just like this with the pins and everything. But because this board is now going to go elsewhere to a secondary buyer, got to keep the funds coming in. I am going to take the gold pins. Speaking of gold, this is all from the CDs, the CD hard drives I did yesterday. All these pins came out of those CD hard drives. That is unbelievable. And these are good clean gold pins. These are gold finger cards. I got these off of power supplies. I cut that off, and then I sold those as power supplies with no wires. Oh, that wasn't nice. I just made a mess. That's okay. And then I have these. So these, I'm not really sure how I'm going to grade them. but this comes out of this. Okay, and out of this. So they're good gold pins. They're not clean though. You know, it's got to have more. I mean, I suppose I can nip them off and everything else, but you know, I'll sell those by the pound or something. But I'll sell them just as they are. I'm not going to bother. I do not refine gold, guys. It's just not my thing. I'd rather, you know, I'd rather make it available to you guys. I don't take these kind of chips off because I'm selling this board to a board buyer, and that board buyer's got certain expectations. And, you know, but if I was selling it to somebody who was going to refine it for gold recovery, and that was what they were doing, yes, of course they would get all of this. I wouldn't take it off. So, you know, I heard you guys. I read the comments. Boards are too expensive. I don't think they're worth what you're charging. Guys, I'm charging exactly what it would have charged me to ship them to Board Sort. I don't make any extra money. So, that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I love you. They're here if you want them. If you don't want them, that's okay too. In the meantime, I'm going to continue microscrapping. I'm going to gain some more experience with that, and just continue selling e-scrap by the pound. That's going really well, so that's been a positive. You guys know I never used a microscrap, but that's you know, this buyer's still getting a great board for their buck. Look at all that. That's a very well populated dual metal socket motherboard. All right, guys, I'm gonna love and leave you just because again, my tripod broke, so that's on the bucket list for today. I gotta go get a tripod. It's raining, so I don't think I'm gonna get too much done in my yard, and we'll get a load off the Board Sort. I'll show you that real quick, actually. So these are all packed. This is going to be a load of dual socket motherboards. I've got about 25 or 26 pounds there. That's about as good as that box is going to get because I can't lift anything more. That's a server motherboard, but I'm going to ask them to take it as a dual socket because of that. I don't think it'll be a problem. They'll adjust me up or adjust me down. I'm not too worried. So that's all packaged. This is sold. That's sold. This is shielded server RAM. I'm going to clean that. You heat it up a little bit. It's not really hard to clean either. You heat it up a little bit. You get a screwdriver in here and a screwdriver in here, and you just pry it apart. I have a pair of flat pliers somewhere that I think would work well too. You know, stick it in there and open the pliers. It's $11 a pound, sold like this. If I clean it, I'm going to get $30 a pound. So, and this is aluminum. This is stainless steel. So I'll get those ready to be sold. Hopefully, I'll have another pound of RAM ready. What else did I sell? I don't know. There's more in the other room. I have some removable IC chips. I have some. I have the CPUs for sale. Probably going to wind up shipping those to Board Sort to get a little more in the box without a lot more weight. I can get a little more money in just because of shipping. So you know, I'm going to hang out with myself and scrap shit today. Stay wonderful. So this is just to show you. This is a backplane board. Now, if I'm going to sell this backplane board, I'm going to sell it just like that. I'm not going to depopulate it. If I take these gold fingers off, it just becomes a low-grade board. Backplane board like this with the gold fingers. If I take the gold fingers off, I can just chuck it in with low-grade boards. So, you know, there's some ways to increase your value. Okay, guys, I'm going to run. Have a really good day. I'll try to catch up with the live later tonight if I'm able to get the tripod. I was going to go on this morning. I see OTD was on, and I don't want to step on him. He's an awesome guy, and a lot of our followers are mutual. So I watched his video this morning. Very good. He does a lot with gold recovery, guys. Worth a watch. Adios.